Sagar, you're absolutely right. Even today, there are many, many politicians at various levels who are men and women of great honor, dignity, sense of public purpose, and deep commitment. But in general, there is undoubtedly a disconnect between the general public, the people of this country, and those in public office, whether it's politicians or bureaucrats, not merely politicians. Every functionary in a public office now thinks that he is almost invulnerable. There is no accountability. And increasingly in this country, very sadly, three classes of people are demanding respect without earning it. Those who have the accident at birth on their side, those who have proximity to power, and those who have wealth earned or unearned. Now, merely because they have money, merely because they happen to be sons and daughters of so and so, and merely because they have some access to power, if they demand some allegiance and respect, it simply will not happen. That's not the way the country should be built. I think that there's a fundamental need for looking at political recruitment. Look at our parliament and state legislatures.
Right.
Every single legislator in the country below 30 years of age is a son and daughter of a prominent politician. And between 30 and 40 years of age, 75% of the legislators in the country are sons and daughters of politicians. Between 40 and 50, 45% of legislators in the country are sons and daughters of politicians. This smacks of a very old-fashioned, hierarchical, caste-ridden society. This is not found in a modern democracy.
It's an old-fashioned...
Barack Obama could become a president as a man who was virtually unknown 7-8 years ago.
Right. Let me put that to Renuka Chaudhary.
For that matter. These people, because of their ability, they could rise in office.
Yeah, let me put that to Renuka Chaudhary. Renuka Chaudhary, at a time when India is changing so fast, politics is remaining hierarchical, it's remaining feudal, it's remaining backward, as Jayaprakash Narayan is pointing out. Is it therefore highly necessary that, yes, in an age of media, in an age of social media, the Gandhi family sheds that feudal secrecy that they all live under? They don't speak to the people, they don't speak to the media, they don't speak at all. And when they speak, when Robert Vadra says mango people in a banana republic, it makes people very, very angry. Is that realization at least growing within the Congress, that this kind of elitist statement, perceived elitist statement, really today will enrage people? As a viewer has just written into me, an angry discontent is prowling the land.
Because of Robert Vadra's statement.
Because of what he represents. What he represents, Renuka, he represents a kind of a privileged, entitled class that is getting away with flouting the law and becoming very rich by flouting the law. That is the perception. Now, when that perception is there, then isn't it necessary to address that perception head on and be transparent and talk and not make statements that are perceived as condescending? That's what I'm getting at. Does the elite have to be careful about what they say?
Sagarika, it's left for the rest to interpret. First of all, there is a biased perception. You know, and this is nothing new. Now, Mr. Jayaprakash Narayan, I have great admiration for him on many fronts. But I'm asking him, if the child of a politician, by virtue of being the child of a politician, has to be disqualified from politics, whereas a doctor's son or daughter can be a doctor, an engineer's son or daughter can be an engineer, Air Force pilot's son can be a pilot, but a politician will be discriminated because if their child who grows up in that environment, and there's a nature versus nurture law that happens, and if they work and they prove themselves contesting elections, they should be disqualified. Is that what we are saying?
Okay, you're saying there is prejudice against the current class. Very quickly, let me just bring in here. You had a point.
Yeah, well, let's just move away from this absurd defense of dynasty we heard from Renuka, and from this strange definition that Aam Aadmi is anybody with a Twitter account and an elite is anybody the guy with a Twitter account doesn't like. Let's go back to Jayaprakash Narayan's points he's made. There are very serious disconnects in the country. One is, as he correctly said, dynasty. Politics has now become the preserve of a caste of people who are born into it. The rest of us can't just break in. There's a huge disconnect between the urban middle class and the rural Indian. The urban middle class guy thinks he has more in common with somebody in Manhattan than he does with the villager nearby. There's also, at the point you've made, a huge disconnect between the government, the people who govern, and the ordinary middle class person. That's what we're saying.
So that disconnect has to stop.
There are many disconnects in India, and we have to end them.
And we have to end the disconnect. Very quickly, Renuka.
I'll just say one thing now.
Yeah.
I don't come from a political background. I was a housewife from a very middle class family and I broke in.
Okay.
So for those who don't want to try, then that's your problem.
And because of that,
I have no godfather. There was no one who patronized me. There's no one who encouraged me. I came in because I believed I am the change.
and therefore you resent being called elitist.
To believe.
And therefore you resent being called elitist, and you resent being called part of the elite
I
class.
don't like being clapped with all these.
Okay, Preeti Bhai,
the other people make.
Preeti Bhai, very quickly, we're completely out of time. Should you be clubbing all politicians as all of them are corrupt, all of them are looting, all of them are elite class who are looting the mango people? There are many, as Renuka Chaudhary is saying, who are coming from humble backgrounds, who are fighting, who have fought their way up. Very quickly, we're completely out of time.
No, absolutely. We are not so simplistic that to say that all politicians are corrupt. There are lots of intelligent people out there in the parliament and they are remarkable and they've done amazing amount of work. So it's not that we are being so foolish as to say that okay, the whole world is corrupt. But it is a fact that it is a huge problem today.
Right.
That there is a corrupt group of people who are dictating terms in the
A corrupt group is dictating terms. We're completely out of time, unfortunately. But thank you very much indeed, Renuka Chaudhary, Jaiprakash Narayan, V. Sangvi, Preeti Menon. And we're asking, should the elite be much more careful about how they speak in public? 90, yes. Thanks for watching.